everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the One-Eyed Pupcast.
Are we going to try to be like radio guys?
No, not too much. Yeah, I didn't do that full radio puking voice. You also don't want to be the timid podcaster YouTuber either with "What's up, guys?" and trying to be all hip and cool, and you hear that voice all the time too. I don't want that.
Howdy.
Howdy. How's everybody doing today? You had to say it. I hadn't said it all day, and then once I hear it once, I
just don't like the
right. We don't want to be pukey.
Although I like that better than the other.
Yes,
I'd rather be like, "Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast," as opposed to, "Hey, everyone."
Right, trying to be all like cool.
Are we gonna like make up voices?
Isn't a big deal.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the One-Eyed Pupcast.
The One-Eyed Pupcast coming at you live. Oh, we're not live. Are we live?
No, we're not live.
No,
not
we're
even
not
close. This is the opposite of live.
I mean, right now is live.
I mean, we're live. We're living.
When people hear this or see this, it won't be live.
It won't be live. Well,
did you guys know that?
You know, Rocky's original name is Robert.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. Rocky Balboa's name is Robert.
And that's the kind of stuff we're going to be talking about, right? We're going to be a lot of pop culture, right? Mm-hmm. Music, video games, movies, TV shows.
I really don't like
Everybody
Rocky.
does a bad Rocky impression.
They already did.
Right? Like
everybody
does. Just like everybody does Christopher Walken impressions.
Like everybody does a Christopher Walken.
When you do Christopher Walken, it's quite simple to just pause after.
Well, that's how they do William
a few
Shatner,
words
right?
that you say.
All right, I'm not an impressionist, so Phil thinks he is. But
Thinks I am.
Yeah, he thinks.
Yeah, so
I
we're
was
not
only
gonna
a stand-up comic for 10 years, but whatever.
I got lots of stuff to say. We're going to talk about the former Orange president, and
No, we're not.
Talk about that, are we?
Wait, we're not going to talk about the president.
Politics.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to talk about
No politics.
No.
His hands are too small to talk about.
All right.
So
I thought it would be nice to piss off half the country.
No, let's not. I mean, see, I feel like we already did piss off half the country.
Why? Because I said he's
calling him
orange? Even if they like him, he's orange.
Yeah, but they don't call him orange.
I think we should probably cut a little bit of that out.
They'll say, no, he's not orange.
No
He's
politics.
orange. He's orange as hell. Okay, anyways, we're not going to talk about politics. It's the One-Eyed Pup.
But we're going to have a pup cam, right?
Hopefully.
Eventually.
We're going to try to get a pup cam.
Yeah, we're going to get a pup cam.
Well, I just said eventually.
I mean, I don't want to advertise things that we're not sure of, but
That's true.
Well, why can't we get a pup cam? We get a little camera on him, and every once in a while we see what he's up to, see what he's doing.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the time it's just going to be him laying in a different place during the house, or maybe he's looking outside the front door. But
see him when he's eating some food.
It'll still be
maybe,
fun, right?
Yeah, maybe he's eating the
He definitely will be eating
chunky pup soup.
Yeah, Dinty Moore.
That's what his canned food looks like. It looks like you could pop it in the microwave and eat it. It doesn't look that bad.
Go do it.
No, I'm not going to do
That'll
it.
be a good episode. We all
we'll save that.
Food.
All three of us?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
We have to pick one for each other, like in a circle. Like I'll pick yours, you'll pick Jayden's, and Jayden will pick mine.
Well, we don't have variety. We have the one.
Well,
kind.
we could like
we'll
do like a
buy
vlog
some.
where like we go to the store and buy different.
We'll go
brands.
buy some.
Wait. The dog food that my dog has, or just any random dog food?
Random dog
Because
food?
I don't want to eat any random dog food.
Why?
I'm saying that this specific dog food that we have looks like we could pop it in the microwave.
Well, what we'll do is we'll still do that. You can make Jayden eat it, and Jayden can pick one for me, and I'll pick one for you. Anyways,
I'm gonna get
dog food.
I'm gonna get whoever I get to pick for is getting kibbles and bits and milk. So
I'm
you
gonna
can eat
eat
kibbles
dog
and bits
food
cereal
for the show.
I will eat dog food for the show. I'll eat a lot for the show.
Phil's a wimp.
Begging strips. I might be able to get on board with a begging strip.
What about a milk bone? You want a milk bone?
No milk bone. There's dog treats that Cold Soul Creamery has that looks like they could be decent.
No, but you don't get to choose your own dog food.
We get to pick.
We get to pick for you.
Right.
Here, hold on, Dad. I get to pick for you. You get to pick for Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil gets to pick for me.
Oy.
All right.
This is happening. This is happening.
I
This is an
had to
episode.
say that my dog's dog food looks like you could eat it.
This is your fault.
There's no one to blame but myself.
I hope we don't die for it, but
No,
Yeah, I don't.
people do a lot of
No,
dumb things
people
for
have eaten
podcasts.
dog
There
food.
can't
People
be
eat-
some magical food that dogs survive on, and that kills us. It's not fucking weed killer.
Well,
that kills weeds, but not grass.
think about chocolate though.
Right. Yeah,
That's true.
Anyways,
true.
but
There's
people
stuff
do
that
a lot of weird things for podcasts. Like you see the ones where like guys cement their heads into a microwave, and they had to call the freaking fire
Well,
company
Yeah, we're
to
not
come
doing
get
that
them.
stuff.
Well,
either.
let's not do anything dumb.
I'm not going to do that.
But we can do fun things.
I'm not going to eat Tide Pods.
Wait, are those podcasts or are they TikTok challenges?
Podcasts.
Well,
Okay.
I think this is more of a show than a podcast.
Because I know there's TikTok challenges where you have to steal. You can steal a Hyundai.
Wait a minute.
And we're not even talking about dogs.
We're not
It's like
even
we're gonna be
talking
here,
about dogs,
you know.
but I think eating dog food is a good way to. We should incorporate one Charlie thing into every episode.
Yeah.
we can do that.
because we love Charlie.
Well,
Charlie's
he's going to be part of the
here.
opening song, right?
Yeah, Charlie's in the song. You probably heard it.
See, we're
that was
You're
Charlie was on.
you're gonna have to bite the bullet. We're eating dog food, and there's no way around it.
all right. I'm in. Okay.
So, anyways, today,
okay. Right.
Nintendo.
That's right, baby. We're super excited over here. This poor kid doesn't even get to go to the movie because he doesn't have anyone to go with. If you can get there Wednesday, we'll get an extra
He can
ticket
go by
for you,
himself.
I can't be there Wednesday.
He can go by
Wednesday
himself.
at
I'm not going to a
5 o'clock.
movie by myself. What's wrong with you?
I've done it before lots of times.
Here's the thing, because Jaden's brother is going with his girlfriend and their family to see Mario. Phil's going to see Mario,
Me, Tandy, and Heath. Her
and
brother.
I'm never going to see Mario.
How do you not see it? You like the movie. You like the video game enough, right?
No.
It doesn't. It's John Leguizamo's not in it. It's okay. Bob
It's a
Haskins is not in it.
cartoon. You know when the last time I went and saw a cartoon in the movie theater was? When Jaden was 8.
I think the last one I saw in the movie theater was that Grinch one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, you saw that too with
With
Grayson.
Grayson, yeah, but listen.
Tandy wanted to see it,
Listen,
and I
okay.
fell asleep in it.
So, Nintendo games are for children.
They
No,
don't
that's not
have
true.
to be.
They're for
That's
all
the way
ages.
you look at them.
They're for little kids.
No.
No, they're for everyone.
Breath of the Wild is for everybody. Tell me the Breath of the Wild is not for everybody.
Breath of the Wild is not for everybody.
Breath of the Wild is fantastic. Just because that, I know that you hate.
This is a very interesting take coming from you, Breath of the Wild. Man. I love Breath of the
Listen,
Wild.
I got to give him credit on that. It's a little ridiculous hearing the guys go like.
Yeah, that's childish.
I absolutely love Breath of the Wild, and I'm super looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom.
Listen, kid games. I'm going back to that because
But it's not a kid game.
Okay, I want to hear your arguments. One of the arguments that Phil gave me was, and I want him to say it, but he's not gonna, so I'm gonna say it. They're making a part of what is it, Universal Studio?
Yeah,
Nintendo World.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that makes it less childish. Everybody go down the Mario slide.
Hey,
I have a
and
question
ride
for you.
on the Koopa.
Do you like going to Disney World?
Yeah.
Do you think Disney World is only for kids?
No, but
The same thing with Mario.
the
It may be
things they're
targeted toward
based on
kids.
are the things they're based on are childish.
But you enjoy
Hey,
it still.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
is
hold on,
childish.
hold on.
I don't watch Mickey Mouse
Hold
cartoons.
on. I have a question for you. Stroll on down to Universal Studios once more and go down. What's that one place with like the big dragon and butterbeer?
So what?
Is that for children?
It started out for children, and
But it didn't.
It evolved for as people grew up. The stories grew up.
So, but that completely destroys your argument.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Why?
Because it's not for kids. It's not just for kids. It's for everyone.
It's for families, and that's
Yeah,
what
but
Nintendo
just because Harry Potter is not just for kids doesn't mean Nintendo isn't.
Look at Mario Kart.
But
People love Mario Kart, adults and kids.
So what you
alike.
guys are saying to me is, okay, this is what you guys are saying to me. All right,
Okay.
because Harry Potter isn't just for children. Neither is Teletubbies.
No.
Yeah,
Adults don't like
That-
Teletubbies. There's not a single adult
That's
that
exactly what
likes
you're saying.
Teletubbies.
I don't think there's a single child who likes Teletubbies.
I thought they're redoing it. Aren't they
Jaden
revamping
used
it?
to stare at Teletubbies. Like that's what's creepy about it. They're talking
Yeah.
about ho ho.
That stupid sun
and the
baby
sun
is
comes
creepy
up,
to me.
And Jaden would just sit there and go.
See, I didn't have any kids. I never had any kids, so I had no
Tinky
reason to watch
Dipsy,
Teletubbies
La
unless
La Po.
the nephews were over.
I'm
Teletubbies.
the one with the hat right now. I'm his son. If that wasn't clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jaden is
Yeah.
my son, and that's my brother. I'm nodding the wrong way because the camera.
But listen to me. Mario Kart is enjoyed by adults and kids alike. It started when we were kids. We enjoyed it, and now that we're adults, we still enjoy it. You know, unlike G.I. Joe and He-Man and stuff like that, where we liked it as a kid and we just can't get into it again because it was corny and cheesy and lame as adults. But Mario Kart and Mario games are still fun.
Yeah.
Mario Kart, I'm okay with. Mario games, I don't like because I don't like the trial and error games. I just don't.
Okay, I mean...
And you tell me that you don't want to play the Star Wars game because of platforming. Mario is a platforming game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to play... I started the Star Wars game. What is it? What's it?
Jedi Fallen
Order. Yeah, I started it. It's not as great as
Did you finish it?
What?
Did you finish it?
No.
Because you didn't like it.
I got through like the first level.
What does starting it mean?
Like I've played it.
But you didn't like it.
Because it was
So what is he doesn't have to like it?
Because it was a platformer. That's my point. Well, I started it. And then I stopped it because I hated it. What the hell does that matter?
What makes I never said I stopped it because I hated it.
Why'd you stop?
Just because I haven't taken the time to go back to it yet.
Okay. Well, listen. Why is Chris Pratt playing Mario in the Mario movie that's coming
I don't know.
Next week, by the way, Mario comes out this week, right? Today's Sunday.
As of this recording, Mario comes out Wednesday.
Mario comes out soon, and Chris Pratt, who I loved, Parks and Rec, he's funny in Parks and Rec. He's good as Peter Quill. Mm-hmm. And then there's Charlie Day, who I love. Charlie Day, we love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, by the way.
Right.
And then also Keegan-Michael Key, Toad.
And Keegan-Michael Key's in it. So those are guys I like. I'm still not going.
All right. What if someone gives you like a really good review on it?
I'll get it when it comes out for streaming.
All right.
I'm not going to sit in the movie theater and watch it.
Fair enough.
I'm just not going to do it.
Okay.
And so you guys this is the thing that blows my mind, especially you, Phil. I can see oh yeah, well we're VIP members at Lowe's or whatever.
AMC,
so we got to go see a movie, so I might as well go see it. That's fine. But you're like,
I'm excited.
I can't wait until Mario comes out.
Dude, they're mixing all of the elements of Mario in it. Like he's gonna be going through World 1, Level 1 of the original Mario. He's gonna be racing in Mario Kart. He's gonna be fighting Donkey Kong in Smash Bros. I think it looks cool. They're gonna turn it into a movie somehow like that. I think it could be really fun.
They're gonna turn it into a movie somehow.
All the games that he's appeared in. I mean, I hope they don't have him refereeing a Mike Tyson fight.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, Little
I
Mac
hope he does that.
Glass Joe. Who's better, Glass Joe or
Gabby J?
Gabby
J. Yay!
I think Glass Joe takes Gabby J. They're both 1 in 99.
They're both terrible. They're both old. They're too old to be fighting, and they're not George Foreman. George Foreman, who actually won the title at 40, right? Wasn't he in his 40s when he won it? Old. There's a George Foreman movie coming out too.
I see that. I don't know.
Have you seen previews for that?
I mean, I don't know if I just want to watch a movie about people sitting outside and grilling on a. Is that what it's going to be about?
Yeah, I imagine. That's
George Foreman, he's the grill guy, right?
He is the grill guy.
He's talking about him with boxing.
Yeah, he is the grill guy.
He's the grill guy.
That's one of the funniest things ever in any TV show, by the way, that Tracy Jordan from 30 Rock named one of his kids George Foreman.
Yeah, because George Foreman, all of his kids' names are George.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's got 5 kids, right? 5
Something
boys,
like that,
and they're all named George.
That's...
So Tracy Jordan, one of the characters of 30 Rock, named his kid George Foreman.
So wait, they're all George
hilarious.
Foreman.
What?
Yeah.
His kids are all George. How does he
It's like Marklar on South Park.
If he calls them down,
he just comes up with another name. So why not just name him that name? You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah.
The guy's got hit one too many times.
But see, you talk about
Joe Frazier's popped in his head a few too many times, I think. Go ahead. I talk about what?
You talk about how all these kid games, you don't like them because they're kid games, but we got a whole list of games that we like that were made by Nintendo. Right? You still like all the Zelda games, right? You like Punch Out, Kid Icarus, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Are you trying to segue into the top?
We have a top 11 list
top
of our favorite
Nope,
videos.
it's a top 11.
No, top 11.
Why top 11? It's just like a random number. Why don't we do a top 6?
No, everybody does a top 10, right? But there's always like that one game that everyone left out, right? Like like an honorable mention.
So we're gonna do a top 10 game every time.
So we're gonna do some type of top 11 list.
Okay.
For the main topic of conversation.
Okay. Today is what
of the episode? This is Nintendo. So we're going our top 11 favorite Nintendo games of all time.
So is that what that is?
That is what that is.
We have it written up on the board.
Ominously written on the board.
On the blue
there.
wall?
On the blue wall.
On the blue
We
chalkboard
have
wall.
chalkboard. See,
We have
this behind
chalkboard
me?
paint.
This behind me here, we have chalkboard paint. So it might come into play. But
Behind us too, there is not chalkboard paint. I don't know if you guys can
I
tell.
didn't say behind
That's
you guys.
just
I said
that's just
behind
regular
me.
wall.
That's why I went like this. I didn't say behind all of us. Did I say behind all of us, or did I say behind me?
No, he said.
I think if you go back and look, you're gonna find out.
You're gonna pull up the footage.
We have chalkboard paint.
This behind me here, we have chalkboard paint. So we might.
So I'm gonna have Jayden go through the list
Yeah,
because there's initials that I don't remember what they are.
Including number 11,
Which is what?
Fonzie.
Number 11.
What? Fonzie?
Pete
How are you getting
Franz.
Fonzie?
Jaden's handwriting, by the way, everybody is absolutely atrocious.
Mine's
No,
horrible
only-
too. You have the only good handwriting out of all of us.
Only when I'm trying to write quickly.
Okay, what does it say?
Our number 11 is Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon.
Jaden likes Pokemon.
Pokemon. Here we go with the Pokemon. I never got into Pokemon.
It's not. First of all, tell him he's pronouncing it wrong.
You're pronouncing it wrong.
I'm not the Pokemon expert.
It's Pokemon.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Tell him what it stands for.
What is Pokemon?
Pocket Monsters. It
Pocket
stands for
Monsters.
Pocket Monsters.
So it should be Pokemon.
It should be Pokemon, but that doesn't sound good. So
Okay.
it's Pokemon.
Pokemon sounds like you got some kind
Trouser
of-
Snake isn't one, is it? For a
No.
Pocket Monster? Okay, just checking. that wouldn't be pretty.
Pocket
One-eyed snake.
Monster
No.
Pokemon. So tell us about Pokemon Scarlet.
I don't even know what the premise is.
Po-
I know
Pokemon
it's turn-based
Scarlet
fighting,
and
and I can't
Johansson,
stand it.
right?
I know that there's a turn-based fighting system, which I also cannot stand.
Is it Pokemon Scarlet and Johansson?
No, Scarlet and Violet. Violet's the other one.
Pokemon
It's
Scarlet
kind of up
Witch.
there with Pokemon Scarlet, but I played Pokemon Scarlet. So
Is there
I
a
prefer it.
Pokemon Colonel Mustard?
There's not.
No.
There's a Pokemon Yellow.
Okay. Oh,
There is a
okay.
Pokemon
all right,
Yellow.
All right, that'll work.
But yeah, it's a great game. It's the first open world Pokemon game, and it was awesome.
So tell us a little. What's fun about Pokemon?
It just is, man. It's like
I guess that's.
Well, I still don't know what the basic premise is. Like,
tell 'em.
Mario, usually Princess Peach gets kidnapped and you got to go save her. Or Luigi gets
or
you gotta
isn't
go
he
save her.
sometimes a plumber or like a janitor or something?
he's again.
Yeah, he cleans
Mario,
up.
He
Mario
goes around
Sunshine.
Someone made a mess.
Mario Sunshine, but still in Mario Sunshine, Peach does still get captured.
I mean, Peach gets captured, Mario saves her, and
Mario
then one time he has
Sunshine
to clean up after himself.
Yeah.
Or
There
clean
was-
up after everybody else.
There was one game where there were a few games where Peach is playable, and they're like rescuing fairies.
Yep,
instead of Peach.
Mario 2, you could be Peach.
Well, I'm talking about Mario 3D World.
Yep,
Mario
yep,
2 is
you
the
can be
better
Mario.
one of all of them.
Mario what is?
2.
Is the weirdest one
No,
for
I'm
sure.
lying. Mario 3 is my favorite. But okay. Anyways, Pokemon.
Mario 2 wasn't even a Mario game.
Okay,
No, it was
Pokemon.
Doki Doki Panic.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
What's good about it?
What's the
I-
premise? What's
I
the
don't-
basic
yeah, what do
premise?
you do?
Like, what's the first one?
You I don't. It's hard to explain. It's not like Mario where the story is the same every time, but generally you're trying to become the champion, trying to become the best Pokemon
So it's
trainer
not
in the
very
region.
serious.
Well, yeah, you have to save the world a few times.
Okay, so the world is at stake sometimes.
Well, often. The first game you're pretty much just fighting the mob. You're fighting the mafia.
Okay.
First two games you're really fighting the mafia. The second,
Japanese mafia.
like
mafia?
the anime mafia.
We're not copying. I mean, I might do the Glenn Howerton. Yeah. Thing. I just do it all.
Well,
the
there's
time.
going to be a lot of Sunny talk because we love Sunny.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
I
a lot.
feel like there's going to be a lot of Sunny
We
talk.
might do
in
some
this
Sunny
episode,
talking in
this
here. We
pod.
might.
All right,
Jaden didn't jump in
back
there.
to
yet.
Pokemon.
well, I didn't know what to. I didn't know what to say.
Well, we interrupted his precious Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. I don't know. What do you want
Well,
me to?
no. We need you for this
Well, we got
because
another
Pokemon is
Pokemon.
huge, and I know it's huge.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Highest grossing franchise of all time.
What is
Pokemon.
Pokemon? Is what?
The highest grossing franchise of all time.
Get out of here.
Pokemon.
I don't believe you.
Pokemon is one, and then Winnie the Pooh is two.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. is
Pokemon
two.
makes more money than Star Wars.
Yep.
I mean,
It
they
makes
have
more
the
money than
cards.
Star Wars. It makes more money than the MCU.
Who said Pokemon?
No.
Who said Pikachu?
No. Pikachu can't talk.
And if I'm not mistaken, like you said, that's Pocket Monster. So the they're doing all the fighting. The animals are doing all the fighting, right?
Yeah.
Michael
Right.
Vick style.
Yeah.
You just bring some guys in, and but
Fighting, dog fighting.
I don't understand what makes you so good at it then? I mean, I don't know.
Because
strategy.
Yeah, you're the one coming up with the strategy. You're the one doing the training.
It's not much different than playing poker. Turn-based. You have a card. They have a card.
Yeah, it's
whose
like
card is better in what situation?
You can bluff in Pokemon.
Well, no.
Kinda. You listen. Phil loves poker. Anyways,
Maybe we could do a crossover episode and do Pokermon.
Pokemon, that could work. Pikachu's got pocket aces.
listen. He doesn't like turn-based stuff, but cards is turn-based.
Yeah,
completely.
It is 100% turn-based.
Well, a video game, you're supposed to escape. You're supposed to go into a world maybe that you can't.
What are you supposed to do
in everyday things?
What are you supposed to do in poker?
In poker, you're supposed to win money from other opponents. And I'm not counting on some monster that I found on the street
you're
do all
counting
the
on
fighting for me.
The ace that you got dealt.
Yeah.
No, but that's what bluffing
But
is.
you didn't
can
even
win.
find. You didn't even find. Some guy gave it to you.
You can win without having the best card.
Yeah,
At
you
least
didn't-
he went.
you
and
didn't-
got- he went and found his Gliscor or whatever it might be, and somebody handed you 2 aces, and you won.
Yeah,
He went and found it because he knew where to look.
You can lose with 2 aces too.
I found it, I trained it, I befriended it, I told it
You
what.
befriended it? That's the
But
thing.
if
Yeah,
you-
that's the whole
if
thing
you-
is about befriending them. Some of them only.
If you lose with certain hands, then you're an idiot, right? Because in poker, at some point in all card games, everybody knows what to do in certain situations. If you're in a room with the same level of people, they know what to do in certain situations. That makes it all come down to who has the cards.
That's still not true.
I mean,
yes, there's a basic formula that you should follow with what you should do with certain callers based on where you are,
Just like Pokemon.
compared to the dealer. And
Just like Pokemon.
okay, but there's still ways that you can earn the money without having the best cards.
By the way, do you know another thing that they do with Pokemon?
What?
Play a card game.
Yeah, there's a Pokemon card game. There's also a Pokemon take picture. There's also a picture taking Pokemon game.
Picture taking Pokemon?
It's called Pokemon Snap, where you just observe Pokemon in their natural habitat and take pictures of them.
I mean, their natural habitat.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like their species that naturally evolved.
I mean, not the real natural. You make it sound like there's really Pokemon out there.
No, but in the world
Their
of Pokemon,
invented natural habitat.
Their habitat.
Their created natural habitat.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you
And
and
have
so
to
the
take
other
them
thing
out of
about
that
poker is the other thing about poker is, which is he's trying to say that you can bluff and you can do this and you can do that. The problem with that is if somebody does it and beats him, he gets pissed off. Right? They get pissed off. They say, "You should never have played that card. You should not have stayed in that long." And they get pissed off at each other for making the wrong move, even though they won.
To me,
that is super annoying.
To me, poker is like baseball. You can do everything right. You can hit the ball right on the screws and hit it as hard as anybody's hit a ball before, but you can hit it right to someone and they catch it and you're out.
Then you did it wrong.
Right. Well, no. You had a beautiful swing. You knocked it frickin'. You scrambled the shit out of that ball.
Yeah, but you don't. It's
But you
not
hit
the
it
same.
right to someone.
It's not the
poker.
same.
You got the cards. You see the board. You do everything
You
by
don't
the book.
listen to me.
Someone else made a bad move, a bad call, and
You
then
don't-
that river hits them, and then they get lucky.
That's not the same. It's not
fairly-
anywhere near
it's
the same.
fairly lucky.
You don't go out to the second baseman and go, "You shouldn't have been standing there." You idiot. That's not the way you're supposed to play poker. But poker players do that. They get mad at the people who make the call that's not the normal
It's
call.
because you're frustrated.
And you
because
don't
did
let people
everything
play
right.
by their gut. Because you get angry or you tell them they're stupid or whatever it might be. That's why I stopped playing poker.
Okay.
Because I don't like that. It's
Fair
like
enough.
they don't want people to play with their gut. They want people to
No,
do
that's
everything the
not
right
true.
way.
No,
And
no,
if
no,
you
no.
have the right cards, you're supposed to win. And if you don't win when you have the right cards, the other person is an idiot and got lucky.
No, some people play it off like that. I don't personally do that
I've
as
seen
much
you do it.
anymore.
I've
not
seen
not
you
recently.
do
You
it.
haven't seen me do it.
No, because I don't play.
But there are things in poker where you get unlucky or lucky, and it's frustrating, and I get it. There's been times when my Jack 10, went up against the pot pair of nines, and I got lucky and I won. But pair of nines is a head.
All right, we're not talking about poker, anyways.
No, yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
I brought
you
it up, but it
brought
is
it up.
turn based like Pokemon. Anyways, I did bring it up. What's next?
The next on the list, bringing us to our 10 spot, would be Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
We already talked about the.
We did. Sound like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, they all do. Like Adam Sandler did all their voices, and then
The fairy, yeah. But Breath of the Wild, I was so looking forward to it. I rushed to the game. You know, did I tell you this story, by the way? I think it's a good story.
go for it.
How I got my Switch. I found out Switch was coming out on a certain day. I knew it was going to be tough to get. So I am debating. We lived in this house for like 2 days, if that. So I'm debating, do I really want to spend the money on this right now? We just moved in. We just bought this house. And we need stuff for the house, blah, 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 blah. I finally say, screw it. I'm going to go get it. So I drive all the way, about a half hour away, to get in line at Macedon Walmart. And they told us how many units they had of Switches. And you could buy the game separate in Breath of the Wild. So they told us how many we have, and we counted the people in the line, and it turns out I was going to be the last person to get one on opening day. And this guy lines up behind me, and I explained that to him. I'm like, I mean, you can sit around if you want, but we kind of figured out I'm going to be the last person. And he like begged me
Which,
to
by the
switch
way,
with
they
him.
should have done.
What?
They should have been like, "Sorry, man, you're the last one." You know what I mean?
Right, Walmart should have. But they
somebody
probably
else-
wanted them to buy something else. They
Yeah.
can say, oh, you can get the game, and then when we get more later, you can
Right,
buy that.
dick move.
But he stuck around, and he's like, oh, my kid's going to be so disappointed. I promised my kid I was
My
going to get him one of
grandma's
these
dying,
things.
and her last wish was to play a Switch.
And I was like 38 at the time. I was about to just turn 38.
Mm-hmm.
Am I a dick for staying in line and not letting that
No,
guy get ahead of me for his
absolutely
kid?
not. Listen,
Because I felt guilty about it for quite a while.
Listen, you got there first,
I did get there first.
and you don't know that he had a kid.
And what exactly?
kid with him?
No, his kid wasn't with
It's like
him.
I said, you should have turned around and looked at him and said, "Well, my grandma's dying, and she really wants a Switch."
I don't know, but
I was like, there's like so many times where I was like, no, I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to do it. And then when I finally decided to go, I just happened
To be the last.
person who was going to get one.
Listen, it's good that you felt a little guilty, right? It's like
I did feel guilty.
It's it goes to who you are as a person, but you also need to just let that feeling go and be like, this guy could have been scamming you
and
too.
I didn't rub it in his face, right? It's like, well, maybe you should have been a better dad. Now you're home.
Yeah,
Now you
you
came
know,
home
you
crying
could've been like,
because
well,
you failed on your promise.
Your little brat kid's gonna have to wait another week, isn't he?
Well,
You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
do
Like,
that kid might have enjoyed Breath of the Wild more than you
That's
did, though.
true. I
That's
didn't even
true.
end up liking it.
You didn't
but
even
I
like
like
the
my
game.
Switch. I love my Switch.
But you didn't like the game.
I didn't like the game because of the stupid weapons, and it's still a controversy going into
That
the
kid
sequel.
could be listening to us right now.
He could be listening.
Probably
to this.
not, though. I
Probably
mean, right
not. This
now,
is-
is this our first episode? The only person listening to us is Grandma Flora, right?
Maybe Anthony,
Yeah.
Ajalia.
Actually, is
Michelle.
not going to be
Michelle's
listening,
not
though.
gonna
She's just going to be like, you guys are making a podcast? You guys are idiots.
gonna do that?
Michelle's gonna listen to it and go, oh brother. Oh Phil.
Oh, yep. Well,
But
listen,
yeah, it's such a
we don't
big-
care if you like it or not. It's fun for us.
Right.
Fun. Listen, do you guys want to know how many of these we've recorded? Like probably about 6 now. And this is going to be the first one that we're going to
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
have
who
it
knows
finished.
what horrible thing will happen that makes us not be able to release this one.
And we're still doing it. We're still going at it.
still
We're
going
still
at
having fun, and we've talked about the same things over.
But Breath of the Wild with the weapons, it's so frustrating. Everybody hates it, but in the sequel, it looks like it's going to be the same.
It
premise.
does. It does look like it's going to have
Because
the
they
same
had
thing.
they released a big 10-minute gameplay
Mm-hmm.
feature but now you're fusing weapons together. Like you could pick up a rock and a stick and
I think there's a game that's like that. I don't know if it might be Mass Effect,
okay.
where you like the premise is that you're taking parts of your other gun and no, I think it's Fallout, one of the Fallout games. You're taking parts of the other weapon and fixing your weapon. So you're fusing it, but like in the actual game, you're fusing
What
it.
it looks like is it's going to be like, I found rock, I found stick, I put rock to stick and make hammer.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
so
just-
that's like that other game that we played. The island? No, the forest.
Yeah, so any game with crafting is what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Minecraft does that.
Yeah. You're right. But
So I want to give it a try. Part of me wants to go back and say, oh, man, just do it. Just get in there and play the Breath of the Wild game because I hear it's so good.
Do it.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I can deal with it.
No.
I need a sword, man. Zelda has a freaking sword. Why do you break something that is, or why do you try to fix something that isn't broken? I don't get it.
Because it was broken.
Because I've played every major Zelda game. And beat every single major Zelda game except for that because of the stupid
all right,
weapons.
Jayden, so why did they do it? Why did they make the...
Because they coded in a bunch of weapons they wanted to promote the different weapon usage. They wanted to promote
think
variety.
about being a creative person. You want people to use the stuff you created. So I get that. Right? I get it.
Right. But that's what Zelda was, is you got different weapons that enabled you to access different areas or beat certain levels.
No, but they didn't... Those weren't weapons. Those were tools. The only other weapon you got other than like a bow was like the hook shot.
No, you could use the bow and arrow and the hook shot, and like there was the magic wand and the boomerang you used as a weapon. The boomerang is very effective because you hit people, it stuns them, and then you can fight other people.
But
and then go back.
You use it as a supplement to the sword. You never used it instead of the sword.
You're never killing anybody with the
wand. You do, and the bow and arrow you do.
Yeah.
Long distance.
But again, you're not using those things as instead of the sword. You're using them as supplements to the sword. Like, you have a bow and arrow in addition to your weapon. You don't have a bow and arrow instead of your weapon.
That's true.
And that's okay, but at the same time, maybe you just have certain enemies that a sword won't kill. You know, maybe their skin isn't penetrable and you got to beat them by knocking them out or something.
You don't have your headphones in, huh?
I got one in.
Oh.
I want to be able to hear you guys better.
I see, like, the experts, so-called experts. How are you a video game expert? I guess it's critic.
If you're on YouTube and you go, PewDiePie, that makes you a video game expert.
A lot of my Reddit, they loved that part of it. That you have to get a new weapon. But I hated it. Like, you don't want to have to be focusing on your loadout every 5 seconds.
Right.
You know, like, you have 2 battles and then you have to change your loadout all around. That starts to get annoying.
You guys never played it long enough to have weapons that lasted longer.
Because I don't want to change my loadout every 5 minutes.
It's like the last Uncharted game. I couldn't get past the fact that you had to spend an hour jumping around.
You can't tell somebody, you have to play the shitty part to get to the good part. I mean, sometimes you do that in TV shows.
It should all be good.
But sometimes in TV shows, it's about establishing inside jokes and stuff.
Well, with Breath of the Wild, it's about like setting up the story and like doing the tutorial.
Like I said, I just cannot get through changing my loadout every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I get frustrated enough that when I'm playing other games, like playing Hogwarts Legacy, and you find something and it's better than the weapon you have, and you got to change your loadout every half hour. Even that gets frustrating for a while. I mean, you want to have the weapons upgrade and stuff like that, but still, especially if the weapon doesn't do anything different or isn't any stronger, you just have to get another one, right? And so, from what I understand, one of these methods is let's say you have a wooden sword. I don't know. Do you have wooden swords?
They're like sticks.
You have a stick, and the stick it's going to break. Mm-hmm. So you just have 8 of the exact same stick. Mm-hmm. So you use it and break it, and then you get another one. And it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's the same stick. You just have to switch it in your. You have to go into.
The only thing it does is annoy you.
You go into the load and have
that's
to
not
load
the
it
point.
out.
Don't do that.
I mean, and so the other thing is back to what I was saying about the experts or the critics or whatever you want to call them. They liked it. Well, I guarantee you, if you put in there the either turn off weapon decay or turn it off, they'll play for a little while and they'll be like, yeah, screw this. This is stupid. Right?
So,
and if you don't like it, if you don't want to use a weapon, if you want, just do it on your own. Right? Pretend that the weapon decayed and chuck it and then get another weapon. You can do it. Nobody's going to do that because it's stupid.
Exactly. It's pointless. It really is. The fusion might be fun, but at the same time, if they eventually break, why not just give me a freaking sword? But the fusion could also be fun because you have to like build rafts and ways to elevate yourself. Mm. So that could be fun. Finding out different ways to get to the higher islands.
That's a little concerning to me.
To me, that's more fun than the weapons.
The vehicle building, I don't.
What? You have to be creative. You have to find different ways to get across the river or the lake or whatever.
I'm just gonna end up using Cryonis again, though.
What's Cryonis?
Like
The cape.
the way I usually get around in Breath of the Wild, if I have to cross large bodies of water, I use the freezy power, and make a freeze pillar, jump onto the freeze pillar, and jump to the next one as I make it.
Okay.
So
See,
you're
I
just
never
freezing the lake.
Miss Marvel style, right?
I mean,
kind of.
kinda.
It's a lot more manual and difficult than Miss Marvel because I fall off the ice pillars a lot.
And you have to have water to freeze. She
Yeah,
just creates.
she just
something
does
out of
it.
air.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so
So
Breath
that's
of
my
the Wi-
problem with Breath of the Wild.
the new one that's
So Breath of the Wild, the only reason it's on that list is because it's like
Because
your
I
number
love it.
one,
It's my
right?
second favorite. It's my second favorite game of all time.
That's the only reason it made the list.
Okay,
it's
what's
my least favorite Zelda game I've ever played.
what's number 9?
Number 9 is Mario Maker 2.
Okay, let me start this. Okay, you guys know how I feel about the Mario.
We know how you
games.
feel about the Mario.
We already talked about it. I do not like. I do not love the Mario games as they are already.
Okay.
Anyways, but then when you add into the Mario Maker, where other people make levels and they just put traps in there for no reason, that's
Yes, the trolls.
I don't-
Yes, we
I
call
don't
them
love
trolls
that.
in the Mario Maker world. You have a flower down between two pipes. So you jump between the two pipes to get the flower, and you go to jump, and there's a row of invisible blocks that traps you. Dumbest thing. You're not creative. You're not funny.
You're a
Stop
dick.
doing it. You are. That's all you are, is a dick, and you're annoying. You don't get to see the people's reaction. I don't understand why people do it. I don't see why people think it's funny. There are some trash levels, but at the same time, there's also some really creative
Right, there are.
levels. Like somebody made a Mission Impossible level on the first one.
Yeah,
where-
that was amazing.
I mean, they had the music. They have ways of making the music. So you're playing through, and it's going dun 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 dun. dun.
I'd rather just play Sackboy or whatever that game was.
And you can be like you can be a question mark. And there's
Whoa!
listen.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna play it. Can I get it for my PlayStation?
They left an empty space where you're in that question mark, and you hide in that empty space, and the enemy runs right over you. Very like spy, Mission Impossible type. It's so cool that you can make Dean levels like that. And someone made a Frank fell out the window episode level. Like you fall a long way, and
Episode
then
from Sunny.
there's a feature, there's a effect that makes it like woo, 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 woo. So it's like you hurt your head, and then you go through it, and it's fun. And one guy did this level that's amazing. There's a Goomba on top, and you're a Goomba, and you go through the level, and the Goomba dies, and then it comes back. There's like a whole little story to it. It's genius. You know what level I'm talking about,
Yeah, I know what
right?
you're talking about.
It's hard to explain without actually being able to see it, but there's a whole little mini story. It's so cool.
I want a Zelda Maker, only for the first one, though.
Right. I
first
think
Zelda game.
anything else would be too complicated with different levels and stuff like
right.
that, but an original 8-bit Zelda Maker would be fantastic. And they have that to an extent in Mario Maker 2, because you can be Link. And you can shoot a bow and arrow, and you have a sword, and
I made the level like I made like a Zelda level. And
Right.
Also in Link's Awakening, they have the dungeon crafter.
right. That's true. That's true. I only did the main one that I had to do when I left.
Yeah, I never really used it.
But
Is that all
Mario?
we got on Mario Maker?
What?
Is that all we got on Mario Maker?
Pretty much. To me, it's also if you find good enough levels, you have unlimited Mario to play. And to me, I can never go back to the originals anymore because the mechanics of the new Mario Makers are so much better. Like you can stop on a dime and you can go backwards,
Well,
where the
that's why
original
I don't-
Mario you can't.
That's why I'm not a big retro gamer. We have all these memories of when we were kids, but then when you go back and play the original games, you're like, what?
Right, I can't do that anymore with Mario because Mario Maker kind of ruined it.
I can't do it with a lot of games.
I like to do the original Mario. I like to try and speedrun it. I can get it done in like 6 minutes.
That's like warping through level 4 and all that.
I don't
stuff.
know if I can do it in 6 minutes, but I can do it without getting hit again. I mean, I can do it without getting hit at all.
Well, speedrunning you pretty much have to. 'Cause
Yeah,
you don't get
if you get
mushrooms,
hit
bait.
if you get hit during a speedrun in Mario, you're done.
Yeah.
You start over.
so
at least if
maybe
you
I
wanna
do
beat the
speed run,
record.
but I like.
Well, no, if you the quickest way to do it is to not get big. You stay small the whole time.
Well, I don't do that, but
All right,
I
so
don't
after-
believe that because the fireballs can clear your way.
But that's not the fastest way to do it.
Somebody figured it out, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you YouTube it and there's a record.
So
They have a
so
timer
video
going on and
games
everything.
like there's like a point in video games where, in the middle, where they tried to be realistic and they didn't make it, and everything's kind of blocky.
It's like the Nintendo 64 original PlayStation era.
Yeah, you want them to be either cartoony, full cartoon stylized, graphically artistic type of thing, or you want them to go like up further, like PlayStation 5, photorealistic almost better. When it gets to that, like, I think of that game. I can't remember what it is, but Metal Gear Solid, the first one, is a perfect example. The graphics are terrible. It's better off just being a cartoon. You know what game did it really well was Fortnite. It doesn't try to be photorealistic. It's just cartoony, and they have big. Going ahead.
Back to the Breath of the Wild, they do that in Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, they do. I give them credit for that. Artistically, the game looks great. The locations look great and everything like that. It's good. It's smooth. It's very well like that. But just that weapon mechanic and come on, Nintendo, pay some voice actors, man.
They did. In the cutscenes, they do have voices.
Yeah.
Mick, how do the guys talk in Animal Crossing? Yeah. At least that's a little.
Animal Crossing is Nintendo. Nintendo made Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing.
And then depending on their personality, some of them tell, "Hello, what up?"
It's like back to like The Sims, right? For the computer.
And that's what I thought Animal Crossing is. Isn't that like Sims? You have to like get a house and
you get a house, you decorate your house, you make friends with the others.
But Sims, if anybody wants to listen to the Sims version of that fun song. What is it?
We Are Young.
We Are Young by the Sims. The Sims. It's like it's so funny.
Yeah, they do it in Simlish.
Yeah.
Iba Stuba Fluby Deep.
What's it called? Simian.
Simlish is what it's called.
Simlish?
Yeah.
They actually named the language. All right.
Yeah. So we're up. Looks like we're on number 8, and it's Mario World.
Mario World. We don't have to go too much into this. We've been talking a lot about
Mario.
The introduction of the cape is it's so fun.
Graphically, that was one of the biggest upgrades I can remember. So
yeah.
Here's the thing. I was so happy when we got the Genesis. And I was like, yeah, the Genesis is better. And I was just, for some reason, it was a competition. Which one was
because it do what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, yeah. But it came out before the Nintendo,
right? The
Super Nintendo came out, and we played like Altered Beast, right? Altered Beast,
Sonic. Yep, Altered
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Altered Beast. Could it be more plain? All you do is walk across.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no you don't. You just jump over a tombstone or something.
Up. and
Bill Lambier's basketball. It's a full top shot.
What was the
top
one?
view?
No, that was Pat Riley. Pat Riley slamming, jamming basketball. Yeah. Yeah.
And Joe Madden.
But
Montana.
It did have
play action football.
Lakers versus Celtics in the NBA playoffs. That was the Genesis. That was the first.
That was the first console that came out with those. Yeah, those were fun. Those were a lot of fun. Everybody had their signature moves.
Stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jordan had the one where you come like that.
Anyways, then you guys got that Super Nintendo, and I was like, "Wow, the Genesis sucks."
Yeah,
you playing that Super that Mario World, and the thing I remember seeing the most that like shocked me was when he's like climbing on like a fence, and he could like go to the other side.
Yep.
And then the fence could like
flip.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo.
I mean, that was like 30 years ago, right?
Yeah. And it had a lot of secrets. It had a lot of fun secrets to find. That overworld map, and with the different star roads and stuff like that. And when you beat the special star worlds, everything changed. Like turtles were now giant Mario heads, and it was cool.
But also don't forget a very important character was introduced.
Yoshi.
Yoshi
was in.
I mean,
people loved Yoshi so much he got his own game.
Yeah. I mean, Yoshi was just a species then, right? And there was like red Yoshis and blue Yoshis and all kinds of different Yoshis.
So Yoshi is a Yoshi. That brings up another question.
Yoshi is a Yoshi.
That we'll probably find out Wednesday, right? When the movie comes out, when I go see it.
I can't wait.
It's the Mario brothers.
Yeah, we already figured this out.
Is his name Mario?
His name?
We didn't talk about it.
No, but
is it Luigi Mario and Mario because they're Mario brothers, and his name is Mario.
Yes.
That's what it is.
It has been confirmed. His name is Mario.
I mean, we do have Phil Phillips.
Let me ask you a question.
American Idol. So.
Which one? They're terrible names, but who would you rather be? Would you rather be Mario, who's like, yeah, my name is named after my last name is after my first name, so you have to carry my name with you, right? So Luigi's like, haha, Luigi, Mario, right? Mario. Or
It's just
is it
weird.
like Luigi going, your name is Mario?
I just don't think they
Mario.
thought it through enough.
Your name is Mario.
His nickname is Jumpman.
They didn't really plan it this way.
Right.
Nobody's going to convince me that they planned it that way.
We're not the Mark brothers and we're not the Phil brothers.
Right.
We're the Sherman brothers.
Right.
My name's not Phil. You're not Mark.
Phil Phillips'
I'm
name
not
is
Phil
Phil
Mark.
Phil.
But his
That's what I
name's
said.
not.
Yeah, Phil Phillips.
But he doesn't go by Philip. He goes by Phil Phillips.
Phil.
Well, he couldn't go by Philip Phillips.
He could go by Philip.
But again, it's not even Philip. It's Philip Phillips.
Either
At
way,
least
I
there's an
can't
S on the
stand
end.
Philip. As a Philip myself, please just call me Phil. My dear Lord, I hate Philip.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Punch Out.
Which one?
We had already talked about Punch
The
Out.
Mike
first one.
Tyson's?
The original. Yeah, the
was
original.
not
I never
Mr.
got to
Dream.
play it with Mike Tyson. I only can play it with Mr. Dream.
Mr. Dream took over because Mike Tyson was he was like, you know, he became an infamous character for a while.
But now the Wii version was Wii Punch Out, right? And it was
yeah,
it was fun.
it was
but
all the same guys.
the only thing I didn't like about it was the same characters. There was
Right.
no new. Was it?
Didn't they bring back Piston Hurricane or something, or Piston Honda was? I don't remember.
Yeah, they brought back
From like the arcade version. Do you remember the
I don't-
arcade
I
where
don't
you're
know.
like a grid? You're like a
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a green skeleton
and
almost.
you can see through you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like a paper mache.
Well, who wins? Gabby J or we talked about it, but we didn't decide. Gabby J or Glass Joe?
I think Gabby J.
I don't know
Glass
who Gabby
Joe
J
doesn't even
is.
fight back.
Gabby J, talking about Gabby,
Gabby
J.
J.
Yay!
I only played the first one.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo version, you only play one round,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
You don't get all
it's
the...
just- I mean, the graphics were better.
Sushi
and
Kamikaze Fujinabe Nipponichi.
that was the original.
That was
Yeah,
Piston Honda.
that game is horribly racist.
It really is. It really is. Really, really is.
But the second one, yeah, I never got very far. I think the guy I can get to is that old guy with the cane. I've never.
Haki
got
Kagero!
past- Is that his name?
Yeah,
I
Haki
never got
Kagero!
past him.
How do you use a cane? That ain't fair.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Punch Out is not. It's not boxing.
Well, you know,
The freaking Tiger dude in the original is like zooming around the room and
Well, he
shit.
can
You
do
can't
magic.
be doing
Who
that.
says you can't
Little
do
Mac.
magic?
Little Mac is like the size of Mr. Dream, Mike Tyson's foot.
Yeah, they have big feet. When they fall
He's
down, you
tiny.
see their big feet.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Little Mac is like an ant compared
And you
to
can
them.
see that a lot of the bodies are just reskinned, right? Like Piston Honda is Mike Tyson's body. Soda Popinski is Super Macho Man.
Yep. Glass Joe,
Sandman
Don
is
Flamingo.
Sandman is
and
Bald Bull. Bald Bull can still give you fits if you just
Yeah.
pick the game up. If you don't hit his bull charge once,
Yeah.
you're not going to beat him.
Right, because that puts you right down.
He'll just keep on doing it until the belt rings. And you won't
Him
get
and
enough
Soda
points.
Popinski. I've only beat Macho Man once. It's something about that body style, like you were saying. They have the same. I can't beat any of those guys. I beat Macho Man once. Soda Popinski, I will breeze through the game, and then when I get to Soda Popinski, I'll still have trouble. But if I do beat him, I'll kick the shit out of Sandman.
You know who's really hard in the Super Nintendo one is Aaron Ryan.
I never got
He's-
to Aaron Ryan.
You must have.
Nope.
If you can get to Heike Kagero, you've gotten to Aaron Ryan.
I don't
He's the Irish guy. He's got green pants. Yeah, you've beat Aaron. You have beaten Aaron Ryan.
No, I have. Oh, yes, I have. You're right. My bad. Oh, Aaron Ryan's a wuss. I ruin Aaron Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. So
I was thinking the twins, the brothers, right? Aren't there brothers
Nick
at the
Cruiser
end?
and Bush
Yeah,
Cruiser.
I can't get to them.
So now with the Switch, you play it and you can beat the game.
Oh,
if you've
cheat-
never beaten anybody,
cheat your ass off on the Switch
all,
game.
you can like get hit and be like whoops, and rewind it like a millisecond and dodge the punch.
Yep.
You know,
Kid
So,
Icarus, I don't need feathers anymore because if I fall, I just rewind it.
yeah.
Although I like the feathers in that one snowboard where you got the stupid platforms that go up and down and you're like waiting for them,
Mick,
so you
what
just
were you-
fall.
I don't like to do that. I like to do it. I only do it so like restart the whole round.
Okay, I understand that, but like, so sometimes with games, what I do is like, if I'm playing a guy that especially if it's my second time through and I'm playing a guy that I've already beat, or and it's just taken too long and it just gets tedious, I just kick the difficulty down a little bit just so I can get it over with.
Right.
Because it's like I don't want to do
Yeah,
this.
and that's part of the thing about some of these bigger games is they have some of these side missions that are so tedious. I know a lot of the newer Zelda games, just to win a heart container piece, you got to play these stupid games, like carnival games within the game, and they're so hard and so tedious that it's just like, oh. And heart container piece is a big deal in a Zelda game.
Especially
it's like the big thing to get.
Well, when we talk
Especially
more
in Breath
about
of the
other
Wild.
video games, I have a few things to say about what we're just talking about. But let's move on because we're up to 53 minutes already.
Holy crap. All right. So next, this Zelda 1 is this far up?
Yeah, man.
Zelda 1 is such a revolutionary game at the time.
What do you mean this far up?
It should be like 2 or 3.
Oh,
it's like number 5, right?
No.
No, it's not.
It was revolutionary at the time. That doesn't make it better than the other games.
6. We're at number 6.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it made it that far.
Really? That has such replayability, and to me, that's a big thing with the game. Again, there's some tedious things, like once you get to 8 and 9, where you got to fight the stupid pigs over again, and the ghosts. That could be tedious.
My problem with it is you can't. It's so hard to beat without like looking up how to do stuff.
We figured it out. It took us a long time. That's what made the game good. Dude, we played that game for months and months and months. And I used to go into study hall with Mike Verberidge. It's Pat Verberidge's brother.
Right.
There's only like 3 of us in the study hall.
I played poker with Mike Verberidge.
It was only 3 of us in the study hall, and we would talk to each other about what we figured out on Zelda. Dude, I figured this out. Dude, I got this far.
Zelda
Dude,
was the shit.
Far.
I had my role. My role was remembering everything.
Yep. Anthony was the main fighter,
right?
But I was in the middle. Like I remembered things and was a good fighter.
And I remember solving Grumble, having to give him food on level 7. It's like Grumble, we try to hit him with this, you try to hit him with that, and he said, Grumble, maybe he's hungry, and you give him a piece of it,
and you're shocked.
You're like,
But back then too, I mean, you what you're saying, you can look it up online.
Right, but I don't like having to do that.
But sometimes it's fun. You're like doing research.
I don't like doing research.
Yeah.
Who's like, oh man, my favorite part about playing that game was the research I did.
There are some things that you'll just never figure out on your own. Like, I want to say, what's the one where you turn into a dog? The Zelda where you turn into a dog? Which one is
Twilight
that?
Princess.
Twilight Princess. There's a part where you have to go to Zora, and you have to, like, move this giant rock, right? And you have to send it someplace else, and that's how you move on to the next level. We never would have figured that out if we didn't cheat on it, if we didn't look it up.
The original Zelda too, there's rocks and you had to open them and you had to push like every one to figure out which one was the right one.
Right, so that's a little trial.
It was often the second one to the left.
That's
No, the second one from the right was on the bottom. Is always what it was.
But then you go through and you replay it, and you realize there's like a gajillion things that you can do before you even go to the first level. But the first level is easy enough to beat with what you have. But you can have the white ring, you can have the master sword.
Now let me ask you guys a question.
You can have like
about this.
6 or 7 heart containers.
You're going in there to find the Triforce,
right?
Right. Why is it called the Triforce? Shouldn't
Because
it be called the Octaforce? There's 8 pieces. Right,
but they make up the final Triforce is the 3 big triangles with the hole in the middle.
Okay,
in that game, the Triforce was broken. The Triforce is composed of 3 main parts: Triforce of Wisdom, Courage, and Power. And those are the 3 triangles that make up the whole Triforce.
So what you're saying is, if you had a triangle and you broke it into 8 pieces, it would still be 8 pieces, and if you put it back together, it would still be a triangle.
Right. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then if you get all if you get all the pieces, you get a wish granted.
That hurt my brain.
Well, because you're not smart enough to comprehend.
Yeah, I guess not.
Simple things.
Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy was so fun.
Are you kidding me? It's fifth.
It's the best first-person Mario. Or
not first
What do you
person.
call it?
3D.
3D. It's my favorite 3D Mario.
It was really good.
I remember you guys got it from GameFly, and I played it at your house, and we played it for like 2 seconds. And the controls with the Wii were fun, and I was just like, I have to have this game. It maybe
so played
cool.
it for 20 minutes total.
The music was awesome in it.
It's one of those games where it's like it's starting to get to my time where the games I played as a child are becoming retro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's one of them. They did like the Mario 3D All Stars, and I finally, because when I was young, I didn't know I couldn't beat Mario Galaxy because I was like 7.
Did you go back and beat it?
I went back and beat it with Mario 3D All Stars.
Nice. That's awesome.
And there was so much like nostalgia in like the first few, because what I did when I was a kid, if I couldn't get past a game, I would play the game again up to that point and then restart.
Right. That's what I do with Punch Out. I get up to Soda Popinski or Macho Man and I'm done.
But I would get up to like Good Egg Galaxy and then restart, and it was like doing those levels again was so much fun, and then seeing things expanded that I remember was so much fun to see.
Do you still have to take the Joy-Cons off and use them like a Wiimote?
You don't have to.
But you don't have to. Oh, but you can.
If you have to play it in handheld mode if you don't want to do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, Mario 3.
Mario 3 again. We don't have to get into Mario,
But it's so good.
It's so fun. Again, a lot of the secrets,
What do you guys
getting the coin
before we
chips
start?
and stuff?
Before we get into that, what is it? You guys say it's a play.
It's a play. It's come out.
Yeah,
that
it is a play.
It's a play. That's why the curtain comes down. That's why you can duck behind props or the scenery and go behind it.
So
and
what's
get
the
whistles.
canon? Why are they putting a play on like this? Is somebody playing Bowser? Somebody playing the bad guys?
I don't know.
But
the whole thing is a big play.
Also,
when
if you
Nintendo
look,
is
all the
concerned.
platforms are have screws on them,
Yeah.
and they all give a shadow onto the sky.
Yep.
And the end of the levels, you're going off stage.
Bum, 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 bum.
That's isn't that the first Bullet Bill? And is it the first Bullet Bill?
No,
No,
Bullet Bill's
Bill's
the
in
first
the
one.
original. He's in the original.
It is the first Boo though. Boo is my favorite Mario character.
But it's the first. It's new power ups. Because it's not just the Fire Mario.
Right.
You can be Taku.
It might be my favorite
what is
Mario
it?
game.
Tanuki.
Tanuki.
It is my
Tanuki's-
favorite Mario game.
They
other
also have
than
the whistle.
Yep, it makes the same sound as Zelda.
Zelda whistle where
And
you could
the
just
tornado
transport,
comes
yeah.
and gets you and takes you to different places for the warp.
All right, number 3.
Number three.
Pokemon Platinum. Listen, let's not
Fact.
talk about. You can talk about. You go quick about how it was your first.
It's my favorite game of all time. It was my first Pokemon game. I also did that thing that I was talking about with Mario Galaxy, where I couldn't get past the second gym, and so I just kept playing it over and over and over again. I got really good until I figured out I can go up this mudslide, and I was like, oh man, I can play the whole thing. Pokemon Platinum, I did end up beating, and I beat Cynthia, who is the hardest champion to beat. It was great.
So he's got a Pokemon game. Let's play that real quick.
Well, hold on. My question is, the one on the phones didn't make it where people were falling off cliffs and running into lamp posts and shit. That one didn't
He's
make
talking
our
about
list.
Pokemon Platinum.
That's
Or
Pokemon Go.
Go.
No,
Pokemon Go.
it didn't make the list because it's not as...
People were mad because they were going into graveyards looking for Pokemon and shit, walking over people's graves and.
Well, that's a fixed problem, I think, for the most part.
But do you understand
that
how
still
that
a
game
thing?
how that game worked? It was
I'm
neat.
starting
It's
to-
neat. It was like the first.
Augmented
but
reality.
people got to look where they're going.
It's an augmented reality game. And
Yeah.
People
it's
run into traffic.
It's like
get
a
hit by
cam.
bus.
It's like you're using your camera to look around, but then there's things pop into your screen, so it looks like they're in your yard.
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's sick.
That's
Okay.
cool.
I
Because I remember we're going through the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
And this kid's looking for Pokemon.
He doesn't
and
like baseball.
I don't give two shits about baseball. Not even, you know what? I don't
But
give
still, I
one
can see-
shit about baseball.
I can still see where people are going through the Statue of Liberty or going through the 9/11 memorial or going through
No,
something else that's
the
historical, and there's people around looking at their phones.
the 9/11 memorial, that's just disrespectful. But the Baseball Hall of Fame, yes,
I mean, a lot of those guys are dead too.
Well, I don't. That's not. It wasn't a tragedy. They died of natural causes.
Most of them, yeah.
I mean, Roberto Clemente.
Roberto Clemente. Do you want to know how Roberto Clemente died?
No.
His plane crashed. Do you know why? Where he was going? To give food to hungry people.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Was it Ethiopia? Was it actual
don't know.
Ethiopia?
I don't
It was some poor country. He was bringing him food. Plane crashed. Dead. Right after he just got his 3,000.
All right, let's play the Pokemon game. We're at an hour now, so we
Okay.
Okay.
So you
All
want
right.
to play the Pokemon game before we reveal
Yeah,
number
let's
one?
do it. Then we can
Okay.
do number 2 and our number 2 and
I'm in.
number 1.
Did you hand me those pages?
So Jayden, explain it while you're.
These pages
Yeah,
over
those
here?
pages right there. So basically, I do a lot of Pokemon drawing. I draw a lot of my own fake Pokemon. Fakemon is what they're called.
A lot of people
Fakemon?
do this. It's not just you.
Yeah, a lot of people do it, but I do it too.
So Nintendo, if you're ever paying attention,
Yeah,
I have an idea.
Hire me.
Get people, make a whole generation of Pokemon out of fans' creations. Have them send them in, pick them out, and create your whole Pokemon generation, the whole entire 2 games from that generation out of people who are
Or
Pokemon fans.
could
that
you-
would be amazing.
Or could you make some kind of Pokemon creator game?
Yeah.
No, because the problem is then that messes with the whole canon of the Pokemon world.
Well, you don't have to make it be in the canon. It
Right.
can be a non-canonical
Canonical? Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
word.
non-canonical. That's
Canonical.
real. That's a thing.
All right.
Okay.
Like all the stuff. Remember when Disney bought Star Wars? They got rid of all the non-movies.
Right,
That
like
was all
Timothy Zahn's
became
books and stuff.
non-canonical.
Right.
So
Like Mara Jade and
yeah,
Jarwith Sabaoth. Is that his name?
Grand Admiral Thrawn. No, he's going to be in.
They're looking. One of the
pulling him
Mandalorian
back.
are looking for him, right?
Yeah.
Where's Thrawn? I want that blue son of a bitch.
Nick, you got to move it here.
Wasn't it
I'm
blue
ready,
with red
you guys
eyes?
are
Okay,
just
tell
talking.
us. Explain the game.
What's the
Okay,
game?
so the game is I'm going to show either a drawing of a real Pokemon or a fake Pokemon that I've come up with.
Okay.
These two are going to. I'm going to give like a brief explanation of what it's all about, and then these two are going to try and guess whether it's real or fake.
Okay. The first one of us to get 3 right is the winner.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And you're gonna put the picture up post.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
First one we have here is Cutie Fly.
Cutie Fly.
Let me see him.
Okay, he's pretty basic. He's got some stick
Cutie
legs.
Fly. I'm gonna say that's real.
Wait, he's gonna give us some stuff about.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So basically, this is a. It's based on a bee fly, which are not bees. They're flies that look like bees. And this one is.
Is there an A sharp fly?
What? Okay. But so this is a fairy type, a fairy bug type. It like has like silver powder. It moves all around the place.
What's one of
and
his moves?
It's very just sweet.
What's one of its moves?
Sleep powder.
Okay.
Did you say?
I say it's real.
I'm going fake.
It is real.
1 for me.
Okay, when he said sleep powder, it seems like he was just pulling that out of thin air. So
No, sleep powder is a real move.
I feel like he'll know his own guys better than he knows these obscure ones.
that's a good point. That could be a good point.
All right.
He's not going to give me Pikachu
Now,
because I know.
does everybody in the world know enough about Pokemon where they'll be able to tell if it's
No,
fake or
but-
not?
A lot of people who would
lot of
listen to
people
this
will.
podcast would know about Pokemon.
A lot
Right,
of
but
people
are
will, but a lot
even
of
those
people will not.
hardcore guys going to be able to say, "Oh no, he's fake, he's real, he's fake, he's
Yeah,
real"?
Some of them.
Absolutely.
Some of them will know. Jaden knows the whole Pokedex. Okay,
Yeah.
come on.
All right, let's
Next.
Okay. Next one we have is Buffin.
Buffin.
Buffin the Vampire Slayer.
Okay, he kind of looks like a.
I can't see him. Your pop bottle's in the
He
way.
looks like a penguin with a parakeet beak.
a penguin and a turtle.
No, he is not a penguin at all. He's a base. It's a similar looking bird. It's called a puffin.
A puffin.
A
Is
puffin.
a puffin a
Okay, I
real
know what
bird?
those-
He's a fighting type, and he's got boxing glove hands.
Boxing glove.
So
hands.
he's like based on
He's
a
a
boxer.
pugilist.
Okay, I'm gonna say fake because I would hope that no Pokemon would have boxing glove.
I'm
hands.
also going to say fake.
It is fake.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
However, I just got to bring up there is a Pokemon with boxing glove hands.
All
Boxing
right.
glove
Of
hands.
course there is.
It's not Belrog.
There's a
is it?
Pokemon made after milk, okay?
There
That
is.
tells you enough.
Milcery.
After
Okay,
milk.
Next. Milk.
Is it like
Not milk,
lactose?
not milk.
Man or something?
Lactose
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, if you say milk, let me tell you something. It's spelled M-I-L-K. Say milk. Milk.
Is he pasteurized? This
Milk is something that grows on a boat, right? On the underside of a boat. Oh, man. You got to scrape off the milk.
That does sound. Like it.
Okay, milk.
Who's next? Who's winning right now? You're winning 1-0.
1-0.
Okay.
I mean, you got one. I got 2.
Yeah, you got 2, but you're up 1.
I'm up. So,
Oh, because I got it right too. Okay, so it's 2-1.
yeah. No,
First
then
one
if
to
I
3
get this
wins.
one right, it's over.
Let's do 2. Let's do win. First to 3, win by 2.
Just first to 5. Go.
Okay.
First to 5. Okay.
Next one we've got is Insuala.
Insuala.
Looks like some kind of a bird.
It is a
It
bird.
looks like a grandma bird. It looks like it's got like a Tom and Jerry's grandma. Oh
Well,
no, the
so-
Tweety Bird grandma bun in the back of her hair.
It's an owl, and it's based on insomnia.
Based on insomnia.
Yeah.
It's the I
can't
can't
sleep.
fall asleep Pokemon?
Yeah. See how
And
it's
it's an
got like
owl,
tired
get it?
eyes,
Oh, okay.
And it's an owl.
and
So
it's
what advantage does he have?
he kinda
if
looks
he
like-
can't sleep.
He makes people
I
tired.
I think the design is like he's supposed to have like pajamas. He's got like buttoned down pajamas.
So he's real.
That sounds real to me.
He just
yeah,
gave
I
it
guess,
away.
yeah.
He said, I think the design is supposed to be. So he said,
So we're going
so
real.
it's real. I'm saying it's real.
It is fake.
Oh!
I said that to trick you. I said that so
It's
it
like-
wasn't
this is
obvious.
turning like
I didn't
Balderdash.
want it to
He's
be
like
like,
bluffing
yeah,
us.
I made him so he looks
What
like he's
did
wearing
you say?
pajamas.
I said fake.
Oh, so it's 2-2.
Oh no, I said real.
No, he said
I
real.
And he's fake, right? So it's
He
still
is
2 to
fake.
1.
Huh?
It's still 2 to 1.
It is still 2 to 1. Next up, we've got Magneton.
What the?
What is it? Quick, give it to us. Come on, you gotta be quicker.
It's a bunch of circles and horseshoes.
Yeah, basically, so the it's a magnet. These are magnets
Okay.
on there. It's magnets that have. Its pre-evolution is Magnemite. It's a little magnet ball that, when it evolves, it sticks to other magnets and becomes 3 of it put together.
That sounds too crazy to be made up. It's got to be real.
Somebody made it up. What do you mean? It's not. They're not real things.
Like it doesn't seem like it could have been made up by him.
I say it's fake.
I think it's real.
It is real.
Boom. Suck it, nerd.
2-2. Come on, next.
Okay.
Oh, you dick.
Next up, we've got Eleach.
Eleach?
Eleach. Basically, it's an electric leech with like
It looks like a sperm wheel
with
sperm whale with a
Let him talk.
He's got electric plug shaped teeth, so it like hooks into electrical objects and like just drinks the electricity out of it. So it's an electric leech, and once it's fully charged, the ball on its tail lights up.
Okay.
I say fake.
Fake.
It is fake.
Okay, come on. Go. 3-3. If we both get...
Trapinch.
Okay, he kind of looks like that game that you were talking about where you can make the guys. Sackett? Was that what it was?
Oh,
Yeah,
Sackboy.
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 But
It
that's
looks like
called
him.
Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Looks like his face.
Trapinch is a little antlion Pokemon. An antlion is not an ant or a lion, but it is a bug. It lives under the sand. It like bites at things' feet,
Fake.
Real.
and it evolves into a dragon.
Fake.
Real.
It is real.
Boom.
Uncle Phil's ahead
I
now.
own-
Yep, he is.
4-3. This could decide it. This could be a winner right here.
I have to say the opposite of him or I lose.
Pseudo-Budo.
Pseudo-Budo? Nah,
Budo.
he just looks like Groot.
Real.
So
With
basically,
three-leaf clover hands.
he is a rock that disguises itself as a tree.
Real. That's cool. Real.
I think he's fake. It looks too much like Baby Groot.
It is real.
Tied up.
Tied up before.
So whoever gets this last one is the winner.
If we both get it, it's a tie. We just end in a tie.
This Prongirin.
Say the name again.
Prongirin.
He looks like he has the helmet that they wear
It looks
that
like
they
Loki's
wear on
helmet.
the AT-ATs. The drivers of the AT-ATs.
with Loki horns.
with Loki horns coming out.
So basically, it's based on the North American antelope, the pronghorn, and also based on a Japanese legend, like a hoofed dragon called the Kirin.
Fake.
I'll go real.
All right, and the winner is. Mark.
All right, I
It is
have a little bit of an
fake.
advantage there because I've been around Jayden
Yeah,
when he was
you know.
making these, and I know
Okay.
that his region was going to be North America, and he likes Japanese stuff. And I think there's one more thing.
This one is part of my region.
Yeah,
this one.
So, all right, so let's. That was cool, but I won because I know
did win.
more about Pokemon than Phil, and I know more about Jayden than Phil. So yeah, there's lots of weird Pokemon. There's a milk one, and I did say milk, not milk.
Right.
There's not a milk one.
I didn't show you some of the crazier looking ones because
What are some of the Just say them. Crazy Pokemon.
there is Knucklestack based on
Knackle
salt.
stack?
No, I want you to tell us what they're based on first, and then tell us the name.
Okay, there's a salt Pokemon, ice cream,
That's only good if you're fighting snails
cotton candy.
or Gale.
Any that aren't food that aren't Any that aren't food that are crazy,
Well, there's magnets. There's an engine.
like a car engine.
Yep.
They run out of stuff.
There's a candle that evolves into a lamp that evolves into a chandelier.
And it sings
Pokemon!
B.
All right, number
I'll
2 of our
guess
list
the
of
B.
Nintendo games of all time: Mario Kart Wii.
Number 2, Big time.
Love it.
So fun. All the Mario Kart games are good.
It's really emblematic of the Mario Kart franchise.
Yeah, for us. We love the Mario Karts, and Wii was the one that we played the most together. So this is like, yeah.
Well, and then Mario Kart 8 is the one where I really started dominating.
What's Mario Kart 8?
Right? I don't think that
they won't play with me anymore.
There's not a Mario Kart 8, is there? They skipped right to.
Actually, unfortunately, this is the same game on 2 freaking systems.
Well,
Where's 9? Bring us 9. It's
I don't
time.
think I've ever played Mario Kart.
It's
8.
time for a new
with
one.
the DLC, they're trying to make it like it's the new game because there's a
Jayden has a
whole
cheat
like
code or
slew of new.
Right. They even have
courses.
cell phone versions, right? Was it Mario Kart Tour?
Mario Kart Tour. They
Mario
do
Kart
have
levels.
They have levels from that. They're introducing new characters again. They have Birdo now. You can play as Birdo.
Stupid.
Oh,
Listen,
really?
if there's anyone out there who's good at Mario Kart 8, come over to our house
And beat the shit out of Jayden.
and beat
please.
Jayden because I'm sick of his mouth.
So tired of it.
You guys can't
He's
beat
ruined
me.
Mario. It's not even fun to play anymore.
Go
Well, it's
back to
not funny
Mario
to play
Kart
against
8
me.
That's
or
why we
Mario
have to
Kart
do
Wii.
Wii.
Mario Kart Wii had some great courses. You played online for the first time. It was so fun. Play people all over the world.
Yeah.
Rainbow Road, nobody could beat me in it. Nobody in the world could beat me in the Rainbow
And the
Road.
handicaps actually helped.
Yeah.
If you're playing against a better opponent, you could get the star and you can get the bullet that zoomed you to the front. That doesn't help at all with this dickhead.
Listen though, in the end, one thing I've noticed is it's best to just go. Some people are like, "Oh, I'm going to stay back here and get the best." No, the best thing to do is get a lead because you're going to get hit at some point. So then you're going to end up back in the front again if you're really better than everybody else, and then you know what I mean. And then eventually, the cycle ends and you're in the front.
Right. But it's cool that they didn't abandon the power ups. There's new power ups. I felt like Double Dash. They only gave power ups to certain people. And that kind of made it unfair. Like Eric was kicking our ass. Our old brother, or what is it, ex-brother-in-law? Is that what we call it? Former brother-in-law?
Well said.
Keep that in.
But he would dominate us because he figured out the right combination, and that's what I'm wondering if this asshole's doing.
No, because
does he
I've
have the
copied
right combination of
you have both
character,
tried.
I've copied his exact build.
character, and car
Exact build.
and still can't beat his ass.
Still can't beat him.
I'm just incredible.
Okay, you can have it. You're good at Mario Kart.
Thank you.
But it used to be so fun. We'd get if we had 5 of us.
But I want
and
to
you can only
talk
play
back
4
to
at a
Mario
time.
Kart Wii because
We
Mario
can.
Kart, Mario Kart Wii, some of those levels, right? Like Maple Treeway and
And then when you go down the pipe, down the waterfall.
Yep.
Koopa Cape.
That's my favorite one.
I'm not crazy about flying and going underwater. That's the only thing
I don't mind.
like.
Well, Koopa Cape's not really underwater. It's,
No, yeah,
You're in this pipe underwater.
Yeah.
those hadn't been introduced yet.
Right. It was 7,
flying.
right?
Seven,
You can
and
fly.
7 on the
Can't
3DS.
you fly in 8? Don't you fly?
Yeah, in 8.
The flying. No, in
No, in
Mario
Wii you
Wii.
get like shot out of cannons.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, I
Getting
don't-
shot out of the cannon. You're not doing anything.
Right.
You can't catch up to.
I prefer driving around, and I don't like the gliders. I don't like the gliders. I don't like going underwater. I prefer the old school. But Mario Kart 7, or not 7, the first DS one.
Yep.
That was one of the
3DS.
best Mario Kart games of all
3DS.
time. Yes.
No, that was 7. Was 3DS.
No,
The
there was
DS.
a,
he's
there
talking
was
about.
there was a Mario Kart 3DS, and then there was a Mario Kart 7 also. That was only on the 3DS.
So nope. Mario Kart 7 was for the 3DS, and there was a Mario Kart DS.
That's what I just said, is it
it's
not?
not.
You said Mario Kart 3DS and Mario Kart 7, which is not at all the
Okay,
case.
not 3DS, a Mario
Yes.
Kart DS.
Mario Kart
Okay,
DS.
Okay, so back to again. You guys just keep on change the subject. Mario Kart Wii.
You're
Talk
right.
about
Right.
those levels,
That's
like-
the one that made it.
like,
it's hard to know what level goes with what game now
Well,
because
I can
they all have
remember,
their retro levels on.
Right,
them.
they always bring back-
Wario's Gold Mine.
Yep.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was fun.
Right? Isn't that the first one? It's almost like Sonic the Hedgehog when you go right to that
Yeah.
first ramp and you just go.
Uh-huh.
You go straight down and straight up again. That was really fun.
The airport, or the mall. The mall was Mario Kart Wii.
Coconut
right?
Mall.
Coconut Mall.
That's
yeah,
one they
that
brought
was
back.
fun. That was
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, they-
Peaches Parkway.
Yeah,
I want
they-
to play that game again.
I have it. I have the game. You just got to find a Wii. It's definitely
Number
one of the best games we've ever played.
Number
Number
one.
Is it Link to the Past?
Yes, it is.
Link to the Past.
Replayability. I've played it on my Switch. I've played it on my Wii U. I've played it on my 3DS. I've played it on the original Super Nintendo.
To be fair, it's not
So
all of our
fun.
favorite Nintendo game, but it's
No,
collectively up there for
Right.
all of us.
Right. all
L-
three
This
of
is
us.
also not objective. This is incredibly subjective.
Well, yeah. Well, how can opinions be objective?
But we're not ranking it based on like their viability and whatever.
Oh,
we're ranking it based on our opinions.
Yeah, of course.
Right. To me, what makes a good game is it's fun. It has good enough graphics, good enough animation and motion, good enough replayability, and has a lot of different weapons and power-ups and secrets and stuff.
Hold on. You
and
think
that's
good
all in Link to the Past?
You think a game needs good enough graphics? You said Ocarina of Time. That game has the worst graphics of all time.
At the time,
it
Ocarina of Time was
awful,
amazing. Ocarina of Time was very high on my Nintendo list. It didn't even make the top 10 because you don't even what?
Ocarina.
It's potato. It's going to be different with anybody, isn't it?
And nobody says potato.
It's data.
Nobody says
you
tamale.
say data, I say
Don't steal
data.
my thing. Phil still stealing
I
my
do a
joke.
better Louis Armstrong impression.
I can't believe he just stole my joke.
I do a better
He just
Louis
stole your
Armstrong.
joke on air.
Wow.
Dick Van Dyke Show. You say advertisement, I say advertisement.
What does that have to do with Dick Van Dyke Show?
Nothing.
Because
Not
only
even a little bit.
Mary Tyler Moore calls it an advertisement.
No. I've heard it a lot.
No, you haven't.
I certainly have.
Who calls it advertisement?
Lots
Leave
of
it in the
people.
comments if you call it advertisement. It's
Yeah,
advertising.
Grandma.
Dottie
Leave
used
it
to
in the
call it
comments.
advertisement. What?
Well, that's how the listeners are going to communicate with us in the comments.
It's also, you say Caribbean, I say Caribbean.
right. Yeah. See.
See, Phil stole my
Nevada.
jerk.
I say
I was just about to do it too, and that jerk had to. He does it all the time.
My bad.
He steals his jokes.
Yeah.
Listen, you wrote a bunch of my better jokes in
He
my
says
stand-up.
data, I say data. Data. Advertisement. Advertisement.
Yeah, it's not potato. No one says tomato.
Caribbean.
Yeah, Link to the Past, phenomenal. Good, decent graphics. I think they play because it's cartoony enough, like
right.
you wanted. It plays today, and it's enough like the original where it has new stuff, the light world, the dark world. You know, interacting with the same spots, but in the light and dark world. I think it's one of the best games of all time.
I like it a lot. Here's the thing, though. If it's the best game for your brand,
It's the
then your
best.
brand is childish.
There's plenty of top 10 video game lists or plenty of top 100 video games where that is number one. That and Super Metroid, which didn't even make our list, by the way.
Number one of
not a
all
fan of
games
that
of all
Super.
time, or of Nintendo games of all
Of
time?
all time. Of course, this is a few years
You
ago.
find
There's
me
new
one.
Stuff.
You find me one. I'll put it in post. Where that's in the top 10 of video games of all time.
There are a few that I really love that didn't make the list. I don't know if
tell
you want
us.
you want to talk about a few years. I'll talk about a few of mine.
Even though we were going to do 11.
Right, that's kind of what the point of 11 was.
That's
But
true.
go.
Because for
That's
me,
true.
real quick, Star Fox 64 was a super fun game that should have made the list. But
I wish some Kirby games or Animal Crossing could be on there. I clocked more hours in Animal Crossing than any other game.
my wife likes Kirby games. And Nintendo 64, by the way, Star Fox, voice actors, the whole thing. You don't hear one.
Well, good for them. They caught up with the.
We be
How come
jamming is in
Nintendo's
the
always way
Super
behind in
Nintendo.
graphics too?
What?
And system power, system ability. Why does Nintendo stay behind?
Well, I think for the Switch they wanted the ability to take it with you.
The-
And if
yeah,
you can take it
and
with you, you can't make it.
Why do they
powerful
always got to
enough.
make the gimmicks?
Well, it's
The
not.
gimmicks has worked because the Switch is one of the most high selling consoles of all time.
Because it's cheaper is the main reason.
Well, it's good enough. People like it enough where it's still.
Another reason is because Nintendo is also making games.
I mean, we have 3. It's game exclusivity, right? So Nintendo, that's how Nintendo sells their system, is they make their games only for their system, so people have to buy their system in order to play those games.
Yeah, and it's working.
I mean,
So,
you can't
I
say
mean-
it's a horrible move.
I mean, but I've always read, and I don't know if it's still the case or if it's the case with Nintendo, that a lot of these consoles don't make any money. They lose money when they sell them,
Right.
so they can get them in the households.
Right. But the
So I don't know if
Switch-
Nintendo does that, and if that's the case,
Switch is
make the
starting to-
game. Just make the games.
They're starting to bring in more, third-party games.
Like what?
They have Elder Scrolls, right? Isn't
Yep.
that coming? And they have Grand Theft Autos.
What Elder Scrolls?
The
Skyrim.
first one, Skyrim.
That is not the first one.
Okay,
not the same. I don't know enough about
sell a system to me by telling me that it's going to be able to play a game that's 3 systems back. Don't tell me that Nintendo Switch is better now because it can play Skyrim, which were played on Xbox 360.
Okay, that's a fair point, but I mean the Nintendo games themselves that are new, Breath of the Wild, the Tears of the Kingdom or whatever it's called, they are going to be able to be portable. I like it so I can play it in my hand while the Yankee game's
I'm
on.
quite certain I can play
Right in my
Skyrim
chair.
on my phone.
You can't.
Speaking of the Yankee game, damn,
Oh, what time is it? I have it recording.
it's over.
What time is it?
I
Is
mean, I
it
don't know
4?
if it's over,
No,
but-
it's 2:40.
So I think we can call that the end of the episode.
Yeah, well, I think we.
Yeah, we're gonna go see the Mario movie. We'll tell you how. I don't know how you're gonna go see it. But
I don't know.
I
I
I
might.
mean, he has his license in a car. He can go if he
Yeah,
wants.
but I don't have a lot of money to be buying tickets.
Okay, well,
So I'm
Life
gonna go
of a
see that.
college
Maybe
student.
maybe we can debut our TikTok page, and I can hop on that and tell you what I thought of it real quick. TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
Google Short. I mean, YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts. Yep.
yeah. TikTok might be gone. So
Yeah, it could be. But something else will take it. I mean, Instagram is already, and YouTube Shorts is pretty much the exact same format.
all right, so that's going to be the end. That was about an hour and 23 minutes. We'll cut some of it out. Maybe we can get it down.
Okay, maybe we can get Bimpy to cut it down for us. Bring Bimpy up here.
No,
He
he
can
can't
cut it
come
down.
up here.
No, Bimpy can't come up here.
Bimpy can't come up here.
Nope.
All right.
Game over.